And we're going to start with my favorite, shaking and baking. We're just going to get loose on the knees. And we're just like pretending we're on a mini trampoline. We're just going to shake the body and kind of let the joints and the elbows and the wrists kind of shake and move. And just kind of let that lymph and blood flow move through the body. Lacey, can you mute everybody else on there? Yes. And kind of shimmy side to side. We're going to go onto our one leg, stack the bones. Then we're going to go back to the middle. And then we're going to go on the other side, stack the bones. Alright, now we're just going to hunch forward, drop the shoulders, open up the back. Then we're going to open the chest. Shake and bake. Back to the center. Let out a couple haws if you want to move some of that energy, just breathing in. Ha. Cleansing breaths. And getting everything moving this morning. Ha. All right, and be still for a second. Big breath in, breathing out. Feel the energy in the body. And we're going to move into spinal twists. Let the arms just swing like ropes. Make fists with your hands and have them hit the top of your kidneys, or any cortisol could be stuck. Keeping the head still, letting the body wrap around, moving that spine. All right, let's take our arm. We're just going to go ahead. We're going to roll it around, let it whip, starting from our hip. Just let the arm swing. And back the other direction. If your shoulder hurts doing this, you can do a controlled chicken wing. Feel the blood flow to the fingertips. Good, other side. Same thing, initiating momentum from the hip. And the other direction. Laying the hand, whip around, whipping those blood to the fingers. All right, front to back, slapping the back, opening the chest. Nice work. Now we're just going to do double arm swings. And other direction. And then over and under. So reaching back, kind of letting the hands snap back and forth. Nice work. All right, we're going to move through a car segment. Remember, when we work through cars, which mean controlled articulated rotations, we want to create tension in the body. Just think of ourselves as a light bulb. We want to try to create as much light in the body through tension as possible. And then the joint that we're working, that's going to create more connection to that movement. Okay, so let's think about having tension through our body. About 80% tension. And then the joint that we're going to start with is the neck. So we're going to hold tension here. I'm going to drop my head down. I'm going to scrape my collarbone and turn my head. Tilt it back. Reach around through extension. And twist, and then scrape the other collarbone. Okay, back again, reversing the action. Scraping that collarbone, reaching through the neck, rotating down, and scraping that collarbone. There shouldn't be any pain in this, so don't only seek ranges that give you a little bit of change but no pain. Again, scraping, rotating, reaching, rotating and tilting that neck. Good. Back down to the front. Work those areas that you're feeling that are tight for you. If you're feeling some specific spots that are tight, kind of stay there and reach into those edges. And really try to loosen up and create some more activity and activation through that joint. One more time here as we work ourselves back. Slowly controlling that rotation. And back to the front. Oh, it's one of my favorites. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of enhance that a little bit more by finding those pressure points on the neck. Just find a tight spot, okay? And usually for me, it's right where my trap connects to my neck, especially if I've been at the computer all day. Okay, so we're going to push into that just ever so slightly. And then I'm going to turn, lean away basically, lean away and rotate my neck. And you're going to feel a little active release through there. We'll do 3 through our neck. Find those tender spots, push, tilt, and rotate. And try to open that neck up even more. Tilt, rotate. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Other side. Find a tender spot there in the neck. We're going to tilt, rotate away. Woo. That side's lit. Here we go, lean away. Oh. Find one more of those little spots. Maybe it's the same piece. Just kind of open it up even more and away. Whew. All right. Moving into scapular cars. So now we're going to be moving from the shoulder blades only. Shoulder cars are moving through the entire joint. Scap cars, just think about sexy shoulders, okay? So we're going to put our hands to the sides of our legs, okay? Because my hand's going to stay the side line of my body, lateral lineage. I'm going to protract my shoulders, so I'm going to push them forward. I'm going to elevate them. Then I'm going to retract and pull back and down with my shoulder until I get back to neutral again. Let's reverse that. Now we're going to retract, elevate, and then protract back down. So let's go forward, just like that. Retract, elevate, push forward. And really try to move from the shoulder blade only. Okay? Trying to keep those hands as a feedback mechanism. We shouldn't be moving like this. We should keep those hands to the side as best we can. Also note if you're getting any bending in the elbow, right? Sometimes you'll see my elbow bend. We want to avoid that as well. We want to try to keep it only in that shoulder joint. We don't want any compensatory patterns to the elbow. All right, let's move the other direction. So now we're just going to roll our shoulders back and down, so forward and back. Try to note any compensations you're making to get this job done and try to reinforce the pattern only through the scap. Nice work. Now let's just go ahead and move freely without worrying about technique and just go side to side. One at a time. Oh, there we go. All right, now we're going to go shoulder cars, okay? We're going to adduct. That means I'm going to take my arm and I'm going to pull it across the front of my body, palm up, and then I'm going to reach up as far back as I can go. At that point, I'm going to turn my arm and rotate it until my palm is facing out, down beside me. Then I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to reverse it far back as I can. And some of you guys will feel that upper trap want to engage. That's when we want to actually start rolling that arm before that upper trap takes over, and then return back to center, okay? Put the other hand on the chest so we can just kind of manage any other compensatory patterns. We want to stay straight ahead here, and we only want that shoulder to work. Let's raise it up to full extension. Roll the arm, pulling it down. Good. Now let's reverse. We're going to reverse the arm. When we get stuck, we're going to roll the arm open, back to the front, and across the body. Right on. Let's do one more on this side. Again, keeping tension in the body and letting the joint really stay connected throughout this range of motion. Excellent. Reverse, rotate, and pull through. Beautiful. Let's take the other arm. Palm up, coming across the body. Make sure we're not rotating to get that. We're just pushing through the midline, reaching up above our head, rolling that arm back, squeezing back and down. Good. Reverse that. Open the arm, and then swing it right in front of the body. Nice work, everybody. Staying tension in the body here. Here we go. 80% tension through the body, except in the shoulder. Really rotating that arm here, really letting that joint roll. Good. Hand is facing out on the side. I'm going to reverse until I get stuck, and then I'm going to roll that shoulder to the front. Beautiful. Uno más. One more. Here we go. Up. Reaching. Rolling back. Pulling down. Excellent. Moving backwards. Rolling that arm to the front. And then back down. Oh, yeah. All right. Shake that out. Whew, let's move into that spine now. Let's move that energy through the back. So we're going to grab our shoulders here. And again, same thing. We're going to imagine now we're going to be moving through the middle of the spine. So we're going to imagine that we're sitting in cement, okay? And sometimes I like just thinking about turning my feet through the floor. If I was standing here, I'm just corkscrewing my legs to the floor. So I have this constant tension through my knees, ankles, and through my hips. Okay, so I'm corkscrewing my legs, I'm flexing my back, okay, without moving my butt back. I want to keep my butt right there, round my back. I'm going to rotate, keeping my hips still, leaning away from that hip, reaching through, rotating, leaning, and back to the front. Whew, okay? So here we go. Try it again. Corkscrew those legs, stay tight. We're going to flex forward, tucking the chin. I'm going to rotate as far as I can without my hips moving. Lean away. Really get away from that hip. Extend the back. Rotate now once you get to that far side. And lean away. Try to stretch that side of the body. Oh, moving back to the front. Moans and groans are allowed here, okay? Don't hold that energy in. Move it through. One more time. Flexing forward. Rotating. Leaning. Big circle here. Rotating. Leaning. Oh, crunching back to the front. Oh, yeah. So good. Let's take our hands, put them on the back of our head. Again, keeping our legs kind of corkscrewed. Does that make sense, you guys? When I'm saying that, I want you to corkscrew your legs down to the ground. I want you to hinge down, pushing your hips back, keeping your back as straight as you can until you get a stretch in your hamstring. And pushing back, And pulling through, we're going to do 3 more here. Pushing back, pulling through. Make sure those elbows are pulling back as well. Opening the chest. One more. Hinging, hips go back, elbows pulling back as well. Standing up. All right, we're going to move through our controlled articulated rotations through the hip. Again, if you need a chair or something to stabilize with, you can grab one. If not, I want you to really try to create as much tension through your body, keeping that opposite leg really locked in, okay? Really extended for me. We're going to start by externally rotating, right? My leg. So I'm going to move that in towards my body, and then I'm going to raise it up as high as I can. Once I get as high as I can with my foot inwardly rotated, I'm going to now drop my foot underneath me and keep elevating my knee. At this point, I am now going to move my hip out without rotating on this opposite hip. So I'm looking for tension here on external rotation. Then I'm going to turn the knee under and pull it to my midline. At this point, I'm going to move back as far as I can in hip extension, open my knee up, bring it up the side of my body as high as I can, all the way to the front. And then, once it's up front, I'm going to turn my foot under and pull it down. That would be 1 rep, okay? You guys should always be seeking max tension through this range of motion. If you feel a loss in tension, you're probably compensating by rotating through your spine or your other hip to get that range. So really be aware of where you're feeling like you're making that compensation and try to stay with the joint only doing the work. Okay, here we go. Max tension, pulling the knee up, dropping the foot under, opening, squeezing the glute. The glute's what causes hip extension. Good. Pulling that knee back open, reversing the action, driving up. That's it. Pulling back down. One more time. Dragging the knee up, opening the knee, squeezing the glute, pulling the leg back. Good. Opening the knee up again, driving as high as you can. Back to the front and down. Whew. Okay. Other leg. Okay, same thing. Total body tension. Internally or externally rotate the femur up. Driving the leg as high as you can. Externally rotating, pulling it back. That's it. Opening the knee up, driving up in front, and then back down. Good. Do a side view. Bringing it up as high as I can, externally rotating it, turning the knee under, pulling back. That's it. Pull back, lift up, bring to the front, and then drop back down. That was a fancy move there. Okay, one more. Pulling up. Get that knee up there. Come on, highest flexion possible. Turning that leg under. Reaching back to extension. Oh, opening back up. Come on. And back down. You know, for some of you, if you're in the gym with me, I'd be asking for more all the time. 1 more inch, 1 more inch. That's what you gotta fight for the cars. All right, starting to feel a little warm. Let's go ahead. We're standing back into our power stance, let's call it. Okay, so I'm torquing my feet down to the ground, creating tension through the legs. I'm gonna take my hands, I'm gonna pull them down to my side. So think about this, I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna create tension here, like I'm pulling energy towards me or I'm pulling a band into me. So just create body tension. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna breathe out and push away, breathing out. And then I'm gonna breathe back in, big chest up, and then I'm gonna breathe out, torque and twist. So I'm reaching out to the front, right? And I'm reaching back and I'm turning that spine as hard as I can. Okay, and then I'm gonna come back in, and then I'm gonna breathe out, torque and twist, reaching to the back and the front, rotating through the spine. The hips are staying as square as possible. Bring it back to the middle. One more time, breathing out, pushing out energy. Good, pulling in energy, pushing out energy, front to back, keeping those hips square, pulling in. Good, pushing out, sending out, all good. Pulling in power and strength. And now we're going to reach above. Reaching up, high as we can. Keep the hands up. I want you to take a big breath in, raise the hands even as high as you can, and then we're going to breathe out and just drop the shoulders. The shoulders are just dropping. Breathe in again. Big breath through the ribs, and then breathing out. Just drop the shoulders. Make a pistol with your hand. Just like this. Okay, feet together now. And let's tilt as far as we can, reaching over. Opening up the side, the lateral range of the body. Pulling here back to the middle. Leaning over to the side again. Breathing into that rib cage. There's a message on the screen. Pulling back. We're running out of time. Are we? What does it say?
You have 10 minutes.
Hey guys, we're gonna probably lose you in 10, but I'm gonna have you just log back in on your same link. Okay, so when that happens, for some reason, we didn't beat the system. Okay. All right, excellent. Let's go ahead now, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna lunge forward, put our hands in the middle. Can you drop that screen just a little bit, slightly? There we go, good. And what I want you to do here is we're just gonna push our hips forward. Okay? And then once you feel like you can, I want you to drop your elbow to the ground. You should be getting a good stretch in that hamstring and those hips. We're gonna breathe through this, and then we're just gonna rotate up, come back down, and then we're gonna lean back into that quad, keeping the legs straight in the front. Good, come back to the front again, same leg. Get deep into that lunge, pushing the hips forward. And then reaching back, toe up. Excellent. Good. Let's switch legs. Pushing the hips forward and down. Dropping to the elbow if you can. Torquing and twisting if you choose. Open up a little more hip. Moving back into that stretch. Opening up the hamstring and the quad. Pumping forward again. And reaching back. Opening the quad. Nice work. All right, we're going to move now into our first movement piece. We're going to start with, Lacey, do you want to start with the swimmers? Sure. We're going to start with seated swimmers. I'm going to be Lacey's client, like you guys are being, and she's going to coach us through this movement.
All right, guys, if you need to, you can sit on a block or a pillow. You don't have to. It just helps you get upright. I'm turn to the side. Yeah. What Robin's going to do here, she's going to go ahead and she's going to put her hands behind her head. What I want her to do now is to sit as upright as much as she can, and she wants a nice proud chest. From here, we're going to extend the elbows backwards as far as we can, and then we're gonna try to bring those hands off the back of the head. Good. Then she's gonna put the hands back on the head, elbows come forward. We're gonna do 3 of those. So now extend those elbows as far back as you can, hands come off the head. Good. Gently put the hands back, elbows can relax. That's 2, we got 1 more here. So elbows come back as far as you can, hands come off the head. Good. Next up, we're going to go into that Y position. So she's going to come back with her elbows, hands are going to come off the head, and she's going to extend to that Y. Good. Then from here, she's going to bring it back. Good. You can relax the elbows. Elbows come back, hands come off the head, out to that Y. We're going to do 1 more here. Back from that Y, elbows come forward. Elbows back, hands onto that Y. Good. From this Y position, she's going to rotate or put her thumbs going towards the ground, and she's going to come into what we call like an A position. Then from that A position, she's going to get the hands on the small of her back. From the small of her back, she's going to do that same thing. She's going to open up that chest, bring those shoulders and elbows back as far as she can. Hands are going to come off the back, and she's going to extend those arms out straight into that A position. Good. Really trying to open the chest here, sitting as upright as possible. She's going to bring those hands back. Good. You can bring those shoulders forward. Elbows come back, chest opens, hands come off the small of your back, out to that A shape or stretched out arms. Good. We have 1 more here. Hands to the small back. Hands are going to come out. Hands come out wide here. Elbows, hands. Good. Then from here, she's going to come to the small of her back. And we're going to segment those ones. So the shoulders are coming back, elbows coming off, hands come up. You're just coming hands up as far as you can.
Okay.
Good. So shoulders back, elbows back, hands off the small of your back. Good. That's 2. We got 1 more here. So shoulders back, elbows back, hands come up. On this last one, she's going to do the hands come back. She's going to go out to the A position. Good. She's going to rotate those palms forward, thumbs up to the sky, come all the way up from that Y, come all the way hands behind her head. We're going to do 2 more, those full swimmers there. So hands back, elbows back, out to that Y. Good. Palms face behind you or thumbs rotating down. Hands come back behind you to the A, to the small of the back. Good. From here, opening everything up, staying as upright as you can. Hands come off, elbows go straight, rotating those palms forward, hands come up over your head. Good. From here, we got 1 last one. So elbows back, hands back. Good. Arms to the Y, palms face behind you, thumbs rotate down, hands to the small of your back. Good. And then go ahead and relax. Next up, we're going to move. It just says less than a minute.
Tell everyone to log back in.
Guys, don't forget in 3 minutes when it kicks us out to log back in. All right. Next one, we're going to do hover extensions. Some of you guys know what those are. So we're going to get into that 90-90 position. Remember, in this 90-90 position, you want your shoulder, your hip, and your knee all in the same line. So she wants to push this knee back as far as she can. And I want her with this position, I don't want her forward with that hip. She's actually going to try to keep those sit bones a little bit farther on the ground. From here, she's going to brace herself however she needs on the ground. She's going to pick up this knee off the ground and put it down. So we're just going to do 3 of those first. So her goal is to get the ankle and the knee off the ground, and then she's going to set it back down gently. And her goal here is not to rock that hip forward or to rock her whole body forward. So she's keeping that tension throughout her whole body as much as she can. She's got 1 more here for me. Good. So our next part, we're going to add that straight leg out. So she's going to come up with the knee and the foot. This ankle's going to rotate straight forward. She's going to come back and then set it down.
Make sure you know that they can lean, but they can't roll forward. You can just talk.
I already said that too. All right, guys, so we have 5 of those. So, knee comes up, arm comes, or leg goes out, good. Leg comes back, comes down. If you're having a hard time even getting that leg off the ground, lean yourself farther over to this way and you'll be able to get. You only want to get about a deck of cards underneath. So as long as you can get, like 2 hand widths underneath your foot, that's perfect. Good, so that's 3. We got 2 more here. Make sure she's not rotating this leg forward. Good, extend, and she's got 1 more on this side. Up, straight, and then back. Good, now what I want you to do, you're going to actually do that 90-90 position and rotate over to that other side. Good, from here, make sure you get yourself in that nice straight line. You're really tight today. From here, brace yourself as much as you can. I want 3 of the lift-offs with just that knee and that foot before we go into that extension. So drive that knee up, brace yourself. If you need to, you can't get one side to work, you can brace yourself with blocks or lean farther over to that side so you can actually get up. Good, that's 2. We got 1 more here. 3, good. Now we're going to add that leg extension out. So you're going to pick up that leg and then you're going to extend that knee straight. Good, coming back and setting down. I want this in control. These should not be fast movements. They should be super controlled here.
Oh my God, I couldn't even lift my glute on that one.
So apparently it doesn't matter, you only get 40 minutes, whether you record or not.
I wonder if we should start using MyLink. Because I wonder if,
Do you pay for it?
no, but I'm just wondering, maybe you get so many free tries and then it I don't know.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys. We got almost everybody here. Nice job getting back in.
Good job, everybody. The fire drill worked.
All right, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and finish out those last 2 or 3 hover extensions for me.
Not the best model, Robin.
My left side's a little tight.
Somebody called her out.
I couldn't even get my hip up.
I like the commentary. Nice.
Oh, one more person. Is Greg back?
Yeah.
Greg made it back. That's good. I was worried about Greg. Hey, you guys can't get away from finishing this side. You guys better get your butts back down on this 90-90. You see my suffering here.
Right, you did. What's...
I want to see Greg. I want to see Greg do his 90-90.
Uh-oh.
Somebody else is in there. Can you do it everywhere?
Yep.
People are still coming in, huh?
Yeah, we had 12. We have everybody back.
All right, we're all back in action. We can go right back to the easy lift off and hovers that I was demoing for everybody. Nice and casual. Okay, what's next, Coach?
Whatever you have next.
What about another hip one?
More hip one?
Yeah. Do one more hip one.
You want more rotation or do you want activation?
Let's do like hip flexor lift offs.
Hip flexor? The front leg?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, guys, we're going to stay in this 90-90 position. This time we're going to be working on...
The hip palm. Oh, I really do that whole range of motion. The one that you slider pick up, yeah. It's like,
Okay. So you're not going to start in that position then?
what do you tell me? Here, Coach.
All right, guys. We're going to do some hip flow to kind of round that all out. We are going to start in the butterfly position. So feet come together. Good. Yeah, awesome. From this butterfly position, we're going to go into that bear sit position. So as you can see, Robin's nice and up tall. She's going to take her time with this and not go as fast as she just did. So she's going to put her feet back together. We're going to go one at a time. So from here, I want her to drive her knee up as high as she can. And then she's going to put her leg out into that bear sit position, making sure that her foot lands rotated out. Then she's going to pick up this knee, slowly and controlled, roll that out. See how high her knees are? She's keeping these knees up high. If she's struggling, or you're struggling as much as her, she's actually going to put her hands back behind her and prop herself up. From this position, she's going to drive this leg up as high as she can, so we're on her right leg, and then she's going to extend it out into that straddle position. She's going to leave it out there. She's then next going to pick up her knee on the other side as high as she can, go out straight. Good. From here, we're now going to pick up the right leg. And then she's going to bring it back to the bear sit position with her knees up high. Good. Then she's going to take the left one, pick it up, drive that knee up, back to that bear sit position. From here, we're back on the right leg. We're going right leg into butterfly. Down to this side. Good. Then left leg, knee up high, back to butterfly. If you need to relax for a second, go ahead, but then we need to start with the left side or whatever side you didn't start with. So she's going to drive this knee up as high as she can, nice and controlled, getting out back to that bear sit position.
And I was just going to say, don't be shy using your arms here to keep your spine long, okay? For some of us who are flexibility challenged, keep that spine tall, push through those hands in the back. Okay.
So left leg, knee comes up high, comes out to that bear sit position. Good. Then we're picking up the right leg and knee as high as you can. Rotate to that bear sit position. Here in this position, you actually want to keep your knees up as high as you can. That's too high. We're going left leg. Left leg, pick up your left leg, or drive your knee up. Left leg, and then out to that straddle. Good. Right leg, drive that knee up as high as you can, and then out and control the lower to that straddle. Now we got to bring everything back together. So we're going to pick up left leg. Good. Bring it back to the bear sit. Fight through that cramp if you're getting a cramp. Good. Right leg. Drive that knee up as high as you can. Good. From here we have left leg back to the butterfly position. Left.
So much blood in my...
Good. And then right leg back to the butterfly. Good.
That's good.
Go
We're
ahead
good
and
there.
relax.
Everybody, that's good. We're good there. Next time we'll make Lacey demo. Oh, that was good.
All right. A little blood flow action now?
Yeah. We'll do a little blood flow and then we'll let you guys do your workout of the day. Sound good? So with that, since we're on the floor already, we're going to go into a side position, sideline position. Go right into those side plank clamshells that everybody loves to do. All right, and we're going to go ahead and pump out 8. And remember, as I drive through that knee and extend that hip, it's that final inch at the top, getting those hips fully extended, that make a difference. Okay, so don't sit there and just lift. You got to finish all the way through. Good, we're going to do 2 more here. Pushing up and through. Good. Driving that knee up and through. Nice work. Other side. Right back into a flex, hip flex position. So my knees are straight. I'm going to pull them up into knee flexion. Because now I want to get into extension. Back into flexion. Up into extension. That's it. Yes. Yeah. Let's go all the way through. Let's go 3 more reps here. Really driving that knee, pulling the other knee apart, getting those glutes to activate, then down and relax. We're gonna get into all fours, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our knee, we're gonna do hip extensions. So I'm just gonna basically activate my glutes. Pull back in, full flexion, driving my foot flat up to the ceiling, and back down, up to the ceiling. That's it. And really feel like you're squeezing your butt here and not just letting your back take over. Remember, your lower back is not a hip extensor, only your butt is. So keep that glute active as you get to extension with the hip. One more here. Beautiful. Good. Let's go other side. Driving the knee in. Squeezing that glute to extension. Pulling that knee through. Kind of check yourself. See if that foot is going straight up to the ceiling. Really activating again. Notice if the back is trying to fire. And really pull that belly button in and squeeze the glute to counter that. We don't want the lower back doing work here. Right on. Now we're going to move to abduction. So we're going to take our right hand and our left leg, and I'm going to make a 90-degree angle with my right and a 90-degree here with my leg, and I'm going to move out flat as high as I can and pull back under. Remember, I'm trying to find max flexion right there. I want to see how tight I can create that tension in my back, lifting the hip up and the shoulder as high as you can. High as you can. Try to find that max tension in the back. Connecting that posterior sling. Okay, other side. Connecting that posterior sling. I'm going to go left to right. Seeking max tension at the top. That's it. Keep reaching with that shoulder. Sometimes the shoulder is the limiter here. Keep trying to seek that max range. And relax. Let's go down into child's pose. Take a couple breaths. Excellent. Come back. We're going to jump up. All right, let's take a wide stance. And we're just going to move and touch the ground here. So it's kind of like just a hinging and squat move, stacking the feet and the knees, moving side to side. Then I'm going to come up. I'm just going to push my hips forward, bend back down. It's kind of a modified Cossack squat. I'm not going to do too much here with you guys, knowing that you have some of your workouts to finish. Okay? Now we're going to go down into push-up position. We're going to drive down, and we're going to push back up. If you need to use your knees, you can do that as well. We're going to do 3 push-ups, lowering down in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Again. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. One more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. Good. Hop back up. All right, we're going to reach up into the air, and we're just going to let out a big ha, ha, as you swing your arms down, breathe back up, ha, and one more, Yes. Good job, everybody. All right.